Hello everyone and welcome to Gierok Outdoors. This is going to be a bit more of a recreational oriented video. Those of you that follow along with the channel know that Mason built this mega hunt blind here, this Taj Mahal of hunting shacks, and we're going to have a tour of it today, a little bit of MTV cribs, I guess you could say. And we have the owner and the builder here himself to lead the tour. So this is Mason, he's my brother. It's not quite done, but the bones of it you finished right before hunting season.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as good as your wife or mother's kitchen, but
it's getting close though. Yeah, it's getting close. Anyways, before we step inside, what are the dimensions of the shack here? She is big.
So on the back side, it's what, 12 feet long by 6.5 wide, and then this front part here is 7 foot and what do you got? 2.5, 3 feet on the corners there.
So what do you think your square footage is? What's your footprint in there?
Oh, I didn't do the math yet on the square footage. You guys can try to figure that out if you want, if you're that concerned about it. The back walls are about 6 foot high, while the fronts are close to 7, so you can easily stand up and walk around in there without worrying to have to bump your head. At least we can, because we're not the tallest people in the world. But
what's the siding made of?
this is LP siding. This is some nicer stuff that I got as scraps from work, which I thought it was too pretty to throw away, that I could just piece some of it together and make it look nice. I don't recommend anybody spending the money on getting this stuff for their hunting blind. It's, if you ask me, it's quite overkill, but I had it, so I used it just enough. I just ended up with a couple extra pieces, so it worked out.
Yeah. Then what type of foundation do we have here?
I got this running gear for 150 bucks. Looks like the tires need a little life in them.
Do you ever foresee this thing going on a tripod, or are you gonna always try to keep it mobile?
I'm gonna try to keep it mobile. Who knows, maybe I'll get a new set of wheels for it so I can camp in it too if I really wanted to.
RV life here. And then what's the roof made of? It looks like tin from down here.
Yeah, normal roofing steel that I bought from Menards. Yeah, that's probably the most expensive part of the whole thing. Other than that, what with Dad, just all the more crappy trees he let go through the sawmill. I got all that as lumber.
Yep.
The old milk house store is the front door.
So let's check out what's going on inside there.
So I have yet to put a back porch on it yet. So I left one of the main beams along. Trying to use it as a step to get up in here.
Yeah, this is about what a man would need for a living room here.
Yeah, so I got the living room couch that I secretly took from Mother.
Even the throw pillows. Didn't leave those behind.
I didn't want to leave any evidence. So.
Yeah.
Dad had an old wood stove laying around. This wood stove, don't get me wrong, is way overkill. But this thing will heat a normal size house, like a 2,000 square foot house.
That's what I was about
no
to say. Yeah, easy 1,000 square foot house heated with that in the basement.
But we had it, so I put it in here. It heats up the shack pretty quick to where you're almost hunting in your underwear. You're sweating so bad, and you got to open a couple windows.
Yeah, and you got some heat shielding in the corner. Is that anything special?
That's some stuff Dad had laying behind the shop that I just used up, which I think when I try to finish it, I'll run this paneling most of the way up around here, and that those panels will hold on to a little bit of heat themselves.
Yeah.
And then the rest, I don't know if I'm going to do like a car siding or nickel board look the rest of the way around in here, or some sort of board.
On the chimney there, you got a little vent installed. Is that something?
My dampener.
Found?
This here? No, I bought that when I bought the stovepipe at Menards. So then it'll basically, you close that, it'll basically smoke itself out.
Then as for framing here, now since everything's exposed yet, what are we, 16 inches spaced? Or
yeah, 16 on center. Even that's house code, but that's still overkill for this, to be totally honest. And since everything was open, our cousin Ben, which I don't think you guys have seen him in a video yet, but he's a little bit of an electrician, so I figured it's open now. It's easy to wire in. Let's just do it. So I got a couple outlets wired all the way around. And the wires hanging up here is where we're gonna hang lights, but I didn't order or buy the right boxes yet, so we just left them there. I figured they weren't in the way.
I even got a nice junction box there.
Yep. We're doing everything to code in here. You know, we don't mess around in case we got to get inspected or something.
Yeah, it's going to be the coolest looking camper on the campsite one day. That's for sure.
Yeah, if it gets there, it's going to pull a little harder down the road than your average Coleman camper.
Yeah, I could see where you could fit some kind of bunk bed in here or something if you wanted to, especially if you size down your stove.
Yeah, we'll have to see what that brings us.
And then what do we got for flooring in here? This is getting really high tech here.
Just normal vinyl flooring. There was a sale on this stuff. I didn't need much. I think I only bought like 3 boxes of it, and it worked out because I only had 2 extra pieces. So my math was mathing on the floor plan at least.
Yeah.
And then the windows are just normal ones you find at your Menards. I'd say they're the step up from your normal garden shed windows, just ones that don't fog when it heats up in here.
Yeah. You got vapor barrier too all the way around? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, like Tyvek, just the cheaper brand. I didn't want to spend too much money on it, but I figured if I'm going to put enough time into it, I might as well make it last. Which on the inside, if I'm going to insulate it, I'll probably throw some poly and whatnot in here too, so moisture doesn't get to the inside and let the insulation breathe. And
just some of that rollout insulation or spray foam, or what are you thinking?
just normal fiberglass, I figured would work the best.
Yeah.
Which I have not noticed any leaks yet in here from when I built it.
We really haven't got too much moisture other than that snow around Thanksgiving. So
Yeah, there was a week or two there where it was warming and freezing quite a bit, but
so
it stayed cold.
So you might have seen it, with all that, but time will tell. Before you finish it, is there any other add-ons you want to do to this thing?
I don't know. Eventually, I might want to put it on a different, actual trailer that'll go down the road just fine.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe I'll have buy a long enough trailer to where I have a little porch or something with it. Or, I don't know. It seems like everybody's like, well, it's way overkill, but if I can do it for cheap enough, why not?
Yeah, and like Mason hinted at with Dad's sawmill, we have a lot of access to some cheaper framing material, like what this shack is made out of. So can't complain about that. Is there anything that you would have changed with this project?
I don't know. Smaller wood stove. That's about it. The thing, it gets plenty warm plenty quick, and it stays warm. Once you get a fire rolling in there, you don't really have to take or add anything more with the bricks on the inside. Yeah, even without the insulation, I'd say we had a pretty cold gun hunting season.
Yeah.
That kept it plenty warm in here.
Yeah. And the shack isn't just for show. Mason had plenty of success this whitetail deer season. If you guys haven't watched that video, I'll throw that in the top right corner. You got her done in the shack opening morning. Didn't deter the deer too much having this out here.
No, God no. I only put it out here probably half a week before gun season 2, because I just finished all the odds and ends stuff with it. Building it took a little longer than expected too. I'm glad it's closer to done. It's done enough if I wanted to leave it this way, but I think I'll take the time out of the day to finish it up.
And we want to show them how you got this thing anchored down too here.
Yeah, we can.
So even this, a lot of people could say is a slightly overkill. So I bought a couple 4 ground anchors I bought them at Fleet Farm, so most farm stores will have them, or hardware stores. I think they're like $8 a piece, so I figured I should get a few of them, especially with the shack being up on a knoll here.
Yeah,
It's probably the windiest spot of the farm.
Yeah, it's a calm day and there's still a breeze up here.
But I think they're probably 30 some inches long, so they're probably in the ground here 1.5 feet, 2 feet.
Don't want to lose them before hay season. That would hurt the disc line.
Although, I think it'd do more than just hurt the disc line. Yeah, it's just on a old running gear, ratchet straps all the way around. I put eye hooks through the beams down below here.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So I didn't want it going anywhere. Didn't want it to end up in, because it seems like it could go quite a long ways anyway, the way it rolls off the hill here.
Yeah, or you don't want to flop over either.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be fun.
Especially with the walls being so high, it could catch the wind quite easily.
Yeah. You got any closing remarks for your shack here, for your honeymoon suite, I guess you could call it? It is kind of like that. You could Airbnb this thing out.
Yeah. Why don't you guys keep yourselves posted online to see if this thing's ever...
Yeah, it'd be like the western Wisconsin version of alpine cabin here, you know.
So with any scenery you're looking for, you know, we can move it there. So.
Oh yeah, it's this is a traveling Airbnb now. Yeah, we're actually gonna stop farming. We're actually just gonna be a real estate you know, company now. We're just gonna be a rental. Yeah, yep. We're landlords now. Yeah, so leave your comments down below what you think of the shack. She's a beauty. Thanks to Mason for giving us the tour, the MTV crib tour here. Remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, and we will see you all next time.